Brought to you by Pentz Homes and part of the Hitting the Hardwood podcast network. This is Lynx Happy Hour. Yo, what is up? Welcome back and welcome in to another episode of Lynx Happy Hour, the podcast where Lynx basketball is always on special. I am Terry Horseman, your humble host, here with you on July 14th. After a wee break, a couple weeks in July, was somewhat unintentional. A bit of travel throwing off the usual schedule. And then I also got just ravaged with a summer cold a handful of days ago that took full control over my voice and everything for about a day or two, and I'm getting back now. You might still be able to detect a little bit, but I am back. Happy to be here with you on this fine Tuesday. July 14th once again is when you're hearing me, one day after a thrilling 104-100 victory for your Minnesota Lynx over the Phoenix Mercury, improving to 18-6 on the year, 4 games shy of the All-Star break. Camp day against the Sparks at home at Target Center on Wednesday afternoon. Sylvia Fowles Day against the Portland Fire, again at home on Saturday, followed by 2 games with the Storm in Seattle, and then we're at All-Star break in Chicago. And your boy's going to be there. I'm very excited to have boots on the ground and to be there for all of the shenanigans, Lynx themed and otherwise. So let me know if you're going to be in town. Would love to, say what up, have a drink, have a toast with all the Lynx fans who will be in Chi-Town for this iconic All-Star game. Really excited that it's working out the way it is. I remember we joked about this, that the WNBA announced this kind of early in the quote-unquote off-season when people were hungry for any kind of positive news about the CBA, about the prospects of it, whether or not there would be a season at all. God, it feels like so much time has passed since then. But yeah, it was like, all right, WNBA, you can tell us something positive anytime now. And there was like special announcement from the WNBA. All-Star Weekend's returning to Chicago. So glad that everything's worked out the way it has, and that Natasha Howard and Olivia Miles are All-Star starters. Courtney Williams elected the All-Star game once again. Cheryl Reeve and the staff will be heading up at least one team. We'll find out tomorrow after the Lynx game is the All-Star draft, and we'll figure out where what rosters are appointed to Reeve and Becky. I'm not totally sure how they're doing that this year, but maybe it'll get covered in the draft tomorrow as All-Star GM Cynthia Cooper and Teresa Weatherspoon draft their respective rosters. It does appear that there may be at least the need of 1, maybe 2 more replacements for injury, and gosh darn it if Kayla McBride has not played her way into that spot. I can't imagine it would go to anyone else, but she was phenomenal last night, has been phenomenal for this team all year. My guest today is Mitchell Hansen, my partner at Hitting the Hardwood, and we get into that. So I'll save some of that for that portion of the show. But God, K-Mac has been spectacular. Would love to see her in Chicago as well. And even before she was selected to the All-Star game, Courtney Williams had already confirmed another epic Stud Buds All-Star stream of 72 hours. Then she said maybe not 72, and I thought like, oh yeah, Courtney, you're realizing how much energy this takes. And she was like, because we'll probably start it like once we get there late on Thursday, so it won't end up being a full 72 hours. But yeah, lots of Stud Buds, lots of Pink Pony Club, lots of fun. I'm tired just thinking about it. We're gonna get to my conversation with Mitchell Hansen very quickly here. I wanted to share a couple things from post-game last night. A constant topic around this team has been the production or lack thereof from the bench. Something that I think may get addressed or talked about even more as the trade deadline approaches. We've had some great moments and some not so great moments for that unit. And last night, it was like we need a lift from someone, from one non-starter. And that player was Alishka Hamzova. Her 8 points were the sole scoring contribution from the bench last night. She was getting to the rim, drew a big foul, knocked down her free throws, and really helped at a moment that the Lynx needed. And for a player like Hamzova, being a dev player, getting waived, being on the roster, and now it's a 7-day. Will it be another 7-day? Kind of just one of those things where, you're finding loopholes and ways to navigate these new roster rules of it needing to be 12 standard players and what you can do with the dev spot. Can you put someone in a dev spot for a couple games, not play them, get them back on the standard roster? It feels very, inside baseball, and something that, much smarter people than myself get paid much more money than I do to figure out. But, the player, Hamzova, affectionately known as Ellis to her teammates, I had noticed that after the Connecticut game, Kayla McBride, unprompted, shouted her out in that post-game press conference. And a couple times this season as well, going out of her way to give credit to the young player from Czechia. So I asked both Coach and Kayla about that, about her last night, and just the development and the growth she's had since training camp. And I think it's relevant and just very interesting insight from those two, as always. So we're going to get into that first, and then you'll hear my conversation with Mitchell Hansen. So this is me asking Kayla about the growth and the confidence she's seen within Alishka Hamzova last night after the 104-100 win against Phoenix. Kayla, you've mentioned a couple of times over a recent stretch Ellis's minutes and just how far she's come in the short time she's been here. Obviously got a huge lift tonight. For a young player who's still learning the league, just how much of a difference in her confidence does she is on display for her now compared to the
I'm so happy for Ellis. You know what I mean? She's a young player. It's her first time in the league. She's going back from a development player, back and forth. She just comes into work every single day. Very, very talented. Obviously here with one of her good friends, Emma, her Czech teammate and all that. But she had her moment. I literally said to the bench, I'm like, you just changed everything. You changed the momentum. She got the layup and got fouled. She's just so tough, and she's so sweet and cute, And so you watch players maybe get DNPs or don't play, and then they come in and they have moments like this, and it gives them confidence. It gives her confidence when she goes back to her national team. It gives her confidence in this league, knowing that she belongs. And so I'm happy for her. And our bench, they've shown up for us. It's been somebody different. Sometimes Ola, Tony, Dorka, whoever. And today it was Ellis, and so that's the name of the game. That's why it's a team game. But I was really happy for her. And she deserves it. She works hard. And I was really happy with her mentally, 3 for 5 and +3. So just happy for her, And as a young player, that's all you can ask for. Is somebody come in and give everything they have, and she did.
The constant referral to Ellis having a +3 stemmed from earlier in the press conference when K-Mac sat down, took one look at the box score, and was like, how am I a -3 on that 37-point night? Which is a little shocking, but also Coach Reeve cautions about putting some, if any, stock into a plus-minus, whatever. Anytime she seems to be asked about it, she downplays the importance or even relevance at all to a plus-minus. But, players are competitive. K-Mac was not happy to see that -3 in her line. Proud of Ellis for making up the difference there and having a +3. But also when Coach Reeve was in there with us, asked her about how far along Ellis has come and the lift she's been able to provide in the past couple of games here. To expand on Hamzova a little bit, she was part of the group that provided a needed spark in Connecticut last Wednesday. Kayla has mentioned a couple times just her minutes being huge after a couple of games this season, and seeing her in practice is just her growth evident as she's spent more and more time here and got more comfortable with the system.
Yeah, she's somebody that we're pretty hard on. She's hard on herself, and to be honest with you, it's really been the challenges that we've had on the right side of the roster that's kind of kept her limited in the development spot, because we needed so much on the right side that we just couldn't even reach to put her back on the roster. We had to roster so we didn't blow through our development players, all those days, and so that's the only reason that she hasn't been rostered in that stretch. And so it was really good to kind of get her back over there rostered, and we talked about she would get opportunity. This is not a case of she plays when we're up, when we have a lead, and no, we need her in key minutes. And there's going to be times when I'm going to ideally we want her to rep quarters. We want her to be the one that's managing the end of the first, beginning of the second, and the same third and fourth. Obviously foul trouble, then she's in there more, but and it's keeping maybe Courtney away from the point guard position because there's not necessarily any reason to do that. So Ellis is going to keep evolving, and her rim pressure is tough. It's real. And she did a great job finishing when she got in there and finding open players, and really happy for her.
All right, let's grab a break. And on the other side of it, I am joined by my partner, colleague, friend, and this week, birthday boy, Mitchell Hansen. Lynx Happy Hour. Stick around. This episode of Lynx Happy Hour is brought to you by Pentz Homes. The team at Pentz Homes has experience working with first-time home buyers, folks selling their first home and buying their next place, to people looking to downsize. With the best tools, technology, and trusted vendors to help with any home project, Pentz Homes is a top choice for buyers and sellers. For more info and to set up a time to meet with Nate and the team to talk about your home buying or selling needs, visit pentzhomes.com. That is Pentz, PentzHomes.com. First order of business today. Happy belated birthday to my colleague, my partner, my friend, my compadre, Mitchell Hansen. 23 years young.
Yes, yeah, my 8th annual 23rd birthday. It was another year older.
Nice. Well, you look great.
Well, I appreciate it.
Happy for you. Another trip around the sun. Congratulations.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Aging like a fine Bordeaux. Which actually is relevant because the first player we're going to talk about today is Kayla McBride, who I think is just aging better than any human has ever aged.
Yes.
Before. As we are speaking right now, it's just after noon o'clock on Tuesday, July 14th. This will be going up later today. 70 points between Kayla McBride and Olivia Miles in a 104-100 victory over the Mercury last night. This is just gonna be the kind of the Kayla McBride tribute hour.
Oh my God.
I think that's the title of the episode right there. 37 points for her last night. That is the most she scored in a single game in a Lynx uniform. Her previous high was 32, which she posted in 2024. One shy of her career high, 38, which she posted with the Aces in 2018. I really wanted a 40 burger for her last night. I thought she might be just right in position to get the fouls, and then she got the last rebound, but Phoenix was like, nah, just run it out. She was phenomenal last night, and it's a broken record, but just your main sort of takeaway from last night's performance.
I mean, she looks like she's prime K-Mac right now. Like she is just she's not slowing down. I mean, as the season goes along, and if she continued, she won't, but if she continues at these, this workload and these types of games night in and night out, I mean, it's going to end up catching up to her at some point. But and the reason I say she won't is because you're going to get feedback eventually, and that will lighten things up for everybody. But all things considered, too, she's doing this without the person I just mentioned, without Fee, and when Fee comes back, that's only going to open things up more for her. So I mean, it's remarkable what she's doing. As much as people talk about Olivia Miles and how every night she kind of wows you, I have the same type of thing with K-Mac. Just
Mhm.
with, we expected this year, maybe even the last 2 years, you expect some sort of drop off and you expect it to kind of catch up to her. And man, she is just playing unbelievable. I too was also hoping for a 40 ball. But at 37, still pretty damn good. So yeah, she's absolutely unbelievable and continues to impress.
And doing this while being one of the best defensive players in the league
Yes.
too, and a
Oh yeah.
big reason why the Lynx have. Uh, Cheryl did not. Cheryl did want to talk about defense. She did not want to talk positively about defense last night, but the offense won the game. I think some stuff needs to get figured out with the defense going forward, but I think K-Mac specifically has been handling her defensive assignments wonderfully. I think she
Yeah.
should absolutely be. I think we'll talk a little midseason awards if we have time, but uh, first, second team all defensive player for sure.
Hmm.
And the scoring has gone up recently. I think kind of one of the things we talked about in our preseason coverage of when everyone kind of thought the sky was falling and what might make it a good season for the Lynx with how long they have to play without Fee. And I think K-Mac having her best scoring year
Hmm.
as a Lynx was kind of on that bingo card, and she's at that right now. She hasn't previously to this season, her best scoring year was 15 points per game in 2024. Through 24 games this season, she's averaging 17 points per game.
Yeah.
And timely threes. Uh, Miles is obviously a big part of that, but
Hmm.
like you mentioned, I'm just not gonna even ever expect a drop off from Kayla McBride.
Yeah.
I think 10 years from now she'll be doing this.
Well,
That's a little lofty, but
well, yeah. Let's hope, because if we get more K-Mac, if she can stick around as long as she can, I think everybody will be better for it, because not only is she a great player, but she's a plus human being too. So um
one of the best.
it's great to have her around, and glad she's a Lynx. But the thing with Olivia Miles too, or kind of the K-Mac Olivia Miles aspect, is I think this is just a classic case of also Olivia Miles just being that point guard that makes everybody better. She's been that player that's made everybody better, and she's opened things up for everybody else. It obviously helps when she's dropping 33 points on a similar, or the same night that the K-Max getting or dropping 37. But I mean, how the hell as a defense do you guard both of those players? And then you have court that could step in and do damage at any moment. But it's Olivia just helps out everybody, and I think we're definitely seeing that with K-Mac, and I also think we just see not saying it wasn't there the last couple of years, but you can just see maybe this year a little bit more than other years. K-Mac is just enjoying the hell out of this season. You can just see it in everything from social media to her comments to how she talks about Olivia Miles, how she talks about Cheryl as Cheryl entered the hall and just reached that all times wins record. Like she just genuinely loves playing basketball, and she loves doing it in Minnesota, and that shows. And she's having the time of her life, and that's an awesome thing to see, and I think it's helping everybody involved.
She's used the phrase like a kid in a candy store so many
Yeah.
times
Hmm.
this year. And fun, happy K-Mac is great. There's also like sometimes during the courses of a game when we're talking, it's like if you make K-Mac angry, like you don't want to see her angry. So
Yeah.
it's like which one is more powerful, Mad K-Mac or Happy K-Mac? I think they're
Uh,
both just equally powerful and maybe equally scary if you are in opposing defense.
Yeah.
I think you confirmed this. I sent a question last night about it because I was like, is 70 points between the two of them the most points between two players ever in Lynx history? And I didn't get that. But what you posted today is first duo in team history to score 30 plus points in the same game.
hmm Correct. That was, and
And
I'll give a hat tip to Lynx PR. That was from their post game notes.
that's on the
So
post game. Okay.
that's yep. So that wasn't directly from me, but yeah, they reported that
Right.
they are the first game or
So that's
first
probably
team.
confirmed by Swanee. And
Yeah.
therefore, okay. So that's 70 points between the two of them.
Yep.
Pretty incredible.
Yep.
27 points between the two of them in the fourth quarter. And I posted this after the game, but I'm kind of obsessed with the fourth quarter scoring breakdown.
Yeah.
It's first 35 points, which is their most in a fourth quarter this year, and tied their most of any quarter with the first quarter in the Portland game when they also scored 35.
hmm
16 from Miles, 11 from K-Mac. That's the 27. Six from Alishka Hamzova and two from Natasha Howard. If you've been like, all right, they're gonna get 35 this quarter, draw up how you think they get there.
Yeah. I would have not
That's
have guessed that.
incredible. Um,
And most of that, I mean, not most of it, but a portion of that was with Liv on the bench with having her fifth foul. So that is even a little bit more
yeah,
remarkable that she had that high of a total with sitting out a portion.
right. And did she no, she was on the floor at the beginning of the fourth.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah, it was just a three on the offensive end and then a foul on the defensive end. And
hmm
I know she's one of the best players in the league. So I don't want to get clipped here and compare them be like comparing her to just like other rookies and stuff. I know Cheryl kind of put the kibosh on that in pregame with some of these historic numbers she's chasing are in comparison to players, not rookie players,
Right.
and it's remarkable. A couple of those fouls were some pretty rookie fouls, but
They
that's the
were.
journey. You
Yep.
can't be too upset about it. Well, I get you could be if they ended up losing and she fouled out, but I thought she did foul out when there was
Yes, that
a, a
screen.
s- that screen on that was like that's a moving screen for sure, and they called it on a Makani, which I think was the right call. I was not a fan of the crew last night. I don't think that's
No.
a very controversial thing to say. Um, Poor Maya Caldwell. I saw some comments about Maya's game. It wasn't her best, and need a lot more from the bench. But Maya kept getting whistled for fouls like the second she checked in, which you can't do that when you're a bench player. But also, I couldn't find contact anywhere on some of those replays, and two of them were in the first half. So you're not going to use your challenge there. And the Lynx ended up winning the first that they had challenged that play in the third quarter, so they had the challenge to play with, but you're not going to use it until you're getting into clutch time.
Right.
Um, yeah, I felt like it wasn't necessarily unfair towards one side or the other, but just not a lot of rhythm last night, not a lot of consistency.
No, it and they, it the Dorky Uhas of it all. I know there's some people saying like, well, yeah, they're not, they're missing Dorka. Yes, they were missing Dorka, but you also need somebody else off the bench that is producing, and that's what we saw late in the game.
Right.
But it's, for the three quarters in between, like, they need somebody to step up and they need somebody to be a little bit more consistent. Not saying you need to take a game over, but through it was at one point, I think going into the fourth, that group had played like a combined, I don't know, I tweeted it out or posted about it that it was about 14, 15 minutes they played combined and they were scoreless and they had one shot attempt. And that just
Yeah.
can't, like, you gotta, when you're getting into the game, you gotta contribute. And that's, you can't just be another, you're not gonna be a pawn out there and just, kind of not producing. And that's something that, they need this team to do and they need somebody to do more consistently. Maybe Dorka could have done that, but that's besides the point whether Dorka's playing or not. You still need somebody outside of Dorka to contribute.
Yeah, and I think this will once you get Fee in that starting lineup,
Yeah.
and Nia's coming off the bench, and it kind of like the ripples of that will be
I
great.
agree. Hmm.
And then, the way you can stagger lineups too, like Nia comes in, I think, Fee and Nia can be on the floor together.
Right.
But then also when you bring someone like Maya in, someone like, Hamzova in, like
Hmm.
then they get to be like they'll play differently when they're on the floor with
Right.
Fee as well. Though
Right.
we are at a point in the season now where it's been so long that not that I think Fee's gonna just sit out the whole year, but you can't just keep saying when Fee gets back. When
Hmm.
Fee gets back. Like when Fee gets back. I feel like that's kind of just been a constant thing. And now it's like we haven't gotten any kind of report, but she's been practicing. So it's
Yeah.
got to be soon. I wouldn't be surprised, and this isn't me reporting anything, it's just speculating, but I think we're maybe looking at a post All-Star
Yeah.
return. They're
Hmm.
home against Toronto on July 28th in the first game after All-Star. I kind of feel like that's going to be when they do it.
Hmm. I think
Um,
at this point you might as well like if she's not back now, like what's the point in playing her right before All Star and then taking a break and then coming back? Like you might as well just like, especially considering where they're at in the standings. Like if they were middle of the pack, maybe that's a different story. But and maybe she's already back. But I think you might as well just wait at this point.
right. Olivia Miles, fastest player in WNBA history, to reach at least 400 points, 100 assists, 100 rebounds,
That is
and
insane.
did
Oh
it
my
did it on
God.
her slam cover night.
Yeah. Yeah. She, what a talk about stepping up and rising to the occasion and just kind of living into your the night that's dedicated to you. Like that's cool. I mean it's she continues to I don't even know how to describe her anymore. Like it's I people that just even general people, friends of mine that are casual basketball fans are like, "What do you think of Olivia Miles?" I'm like, "I don't really know anymore. She's pretty damn good, but I don't even know what to say anymore because I'm running out of words to say."
Yeah,
So she's as K-Mac said, she's a generational talent.
yeah. Um, I want to talk a little bit about All-Star as we're speaking right now.
Yeah.
The All-Star draft is going to be tomorrow, conducted on ESPN, I believe, at 2:30 Eastern time. So after the Lynx's Camp Day game against the Sparks. Uh, quick shout out to Camp Days. I love the Camp Day game.
Did you bring your earplugs?
Can't
Or are
wait
you
to be
gonna
there
bring
with
your
all
earplugs?
those. I've actually never brought earplugs to a game, and I maybe need to start because I have celebrated, you celebrated what, 23rd birthdays? I've celebrated maybe 100 of them at this point, Mitchell. So I'm up there. Um, my body's falling apart. That includes the earlobes. So, but no, I love all the kids, and they're having a great time with it. And I think it's a genuinely cool thing that every team in the league has a game like this. Connecticut's was today against Portland. And I think it makes a big difference. And then also just selfishly, love getting done with a game and
Oh
getting
yeah.
done with post game by like 2:30.
Yep.
But there's potentially some injured players in this pool of all stars. I don't think Kelsey Plum is going to end up being able to play. That would imply the need of another guard.
Hmm.
The Lynx are already tied for the most total all stars with three in Olivia Miles, Natasha Howard, and Courtney Williams. They've got the coach in there as having the league's best record. Is there anyone else more deserving of getting that bump to the All Star game for Kayla McBride? I think she maybe have a vacation planned of some kind, but
Yeah.
I hope you got the warranty on it, K-Mac, because you might
I
be needing to go to Chicago.
I agree. I do think she's certainly deserving. I mean, you can make the case for a few different players, but I think she's obviously deserving. And I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up, but wasn't she a replacement last year as well? In
Yes.
the All-Star game. Okay, so it'd be back-to-back years for her, which that's still nothing to be disappointed by any means of being named a replacement. But I do think you give it to a vet like K-Mac over over anybody else. But I'm a little biased, of course. But I would love to see her in the game, and she, like you said, she's certainly deserving. I mean, she's having a hell of a year.
Yeah, and part of it's, this like last, you know, 5 games,
Yeah.
37, 25, 23, 28, 18, uh, which was of course after all-star rosters had been
Hmm.
revealed and decided on. But this yeah, it makes a big difference. But yeah, so we'll see how those rosters pan out. But yeah, I would love to see K-Mac there because we're gonna have boots on the ground in Chicago. So the more
Oh
Lynx
yeah.
players, coaches, I mean the whole staff will be there now. So yeah, booking that trip a year ago when we were joking about this, a couple of us in post game last night talking about All Star. I think it was in like September. There's just a lot of silence on the future of the WNBA, obviously with the impending negotiations.
Mm.
And maybe it was a little bit later, but people were like, all right, we need the WNBA to like say something, like say something. How are you going to handle this? And then you get the release that's like special announcement from the WNBA. And it's like, oh, this is going to be about the CBA or something. And it's like All Star Weekend returns to Chicago July 23rd. And it's like, all right, well, they're acting like they're going to have a season, I guess. So I was just like,
Yeah.
all right, let's book the arrangements now just in case and we can get our money back if there is a lockout and no All-Star game. And so
Yeah.
thankfully, not only is there an All-Star game, but basically half the organization will be there as well. So that's
Yeah.
that's great for a Lynx reporter. Um,
And stud buds. Stud buds
and
will
Stud
be
Buds. That
reuniting.
was part early in the season. Courtney confirmed that they would be there no matter what. So,
Hmm.
as you are like kind of making this is a little inside baseball. I don't know if the listeners care about this, but like you kind of need to make your pitch like when you're getting credentials for something like this, like, oh, like you're not going there just to like party or be able to get your pass to be in
Yeah.
the game. Like what
Right.
kind of like relevant content will be generated on your being there? And so like I was able to put that. I was like, well, if Courtney's chosen as an all-star or not, she's gonna be there
Yeah.
and doing stud bud stuff. So I can at least fall back on that. And thankfully she's added as a well-deserving all-star as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quickly, I really liked her game last night too, even though it wasn't a Courtney Williams scoring night.
Hmm.
I think it's more and more apparent every game that Courtney is one of the best rebounding guards
Yes.
ever. And she just seems to be getting her hands on the ball when the team really needs it. And not a rebound last night, but she stole a big inbound and then got the ball to live for like the game sealing free throws at the end. I people talk about just like the mid range, and that's what you talk about with Courtney Williams. She does so many little things, and yeah, just
Yeah.
love watching her play.
And she's the
I
type of player too that will take a back seat. Like she knew Olivia and K Mac were going off, so she just takes a back seat, and that's a very unselfish thing
yeah,
to do, which is very valuable.
yep, for sure. All right, I think I have you for like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we're good. We're
So
good.
let's do some rapid fire
Let's do it.
mid season awards.
All right.
So I'm just gonna say the award, and if I'm quick enough, maybe I'll make up some awards too.
Okay.
But we'll start, and so like the whole league, and then maybe you can answer it from a Lynx lens as well
Hmm.
if you want to. Though I
Okay.
don't know if the Lynx will have someone for this first one. Sixth player of the year.
Sixth player of the year. I'm gonna go. There's two that I could go with, but I'm gonna go with Salon from Golden
All
State.
right.
I think she's just having too good of a year.
Who's your next choice in that?
Ray Burrell, she's been doing really well in Los Angeles too. But I think that Solana is just she's the clear front runner right now, and I
Hmm.
think she'll win it if she continues on this pace. But
Most improved player.
Jess Shepard,
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer, I think.
I think there's one more even bigger no-brainer on this list, but
Yes, I agree.
and I think this is where the awards are because I don't know how much improvement has actually taken place. Like Jess
Sure.
was already a hell of a player. It's
Hmm.
kind of like the taking advantage of bigger opportunity award. But anyway, very well deserving. The
Yeah.
numbers have skyrocketed from where they were. So she's gonna get that award. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. I don't even there's, I'm not even gonna speculate. Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh Shepard.
Yeah.
Um, defensive player there.
This one's probably the toughest one. I
It's
think
tough.
I do think that Asia Wilson is in the driver's seat right now.
Hmm.
Just I think, with even just with name recognition, I think that goes a long way when it comes specifically to Asia Wilson, but not saying that that's how, awards are chosen or voted on, but it plays a role. But behind her, Gabby Williams is obviously having a great year in Golden State.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't, forget about Natasha Howard. I know a lot of Lynx fans are not forgetting about it, but she's having a great defensive year. And
Yeah,
I think that, she could continue to put her name into the hat for Defensive Player of the Year if she continues.
right. And it's definitely an award that goes to bigs. But if I was gonna
Yeah.
do some home cooking here, I would love to have K Mac in that consideration.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, there needs to be like a six player because I'm trying to just build an award for Nia Coffee.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this team the scoring's fallen off recently, but I don't think this team is anywhere close to where it is without Nia.
Yeah.
And kind of my hope a while ago was that Fee would come back with enough time for Nia to be a bench player. Though controversy last year was like so. I think I vote for Nas? I think I voted for T. But Nas started like 20 games for Atlanta last year
Hmm.
when she won it, and there's no actual kind of like cutoff. It's just
Yeah.
like sort of interpretation. So I don't think Nia will be in for sixth player of the year and probably not defensive player of the year either, but she is no one has blocked this many threes in a season before.
Yeah.
And I think corner threes, she already set the record. Maybe total threes, she might still be on there, but she broke the blocked corner threes record like 9 games into the year, and she just keeps doing it. And last night when Phoenix kept hitting, the only ones they were missing were like the two that Nia blocked in the second quarter. So I'm just like, we just need Nia to block every three,
Yep.
for the Lynx to have a chance at this one.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite play of the year right now, I'm awarding it is the block three on the wing where the ball fell right to her while she was like her momentum was already carrying her the other way and she just scooped and scored transition bucket.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wrote like my in-game notes are hilarious where I would just it's just stream of conscious nonsense notes of a madman. I just wrote wow I write the like minute marker and I just go wow holy shit Nia fucking love everything about this play. I, then I've added like that remind me of like a Kevin Williams Vikings scoop and score style. Always loving the cross sport reference.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, that's my roundabout way of saying K-Mac defensive player of the year, and I just
Yeah.
want to see the look on Becky Hammond's face when the Lynx get 3 consecutive defensive player of the years
Oh God.
at the 3, the 4, and the 5.
Well,
Um,
let's do another co-defense player of the year. Why not?
yeah,
K-Mac and Asia.
co-defensive player of the year, K-Mac and Natasha Howard. No, I'm not.
Uh,
The Asia fans are going to find this somehow. I think Asia is the DPOY right now
yeah.
with Gabby Williams bearing down on it. Um,
Gabby's looking really good.
yeah, she really is. But also, yeah, just more guards play defense too. Like, come
Yep.
on. And another position dominated by bigs or has been recently. MVP. Say it.
MVP. I
Do it.
do. Okay, so I'm gonna say Asia
Do
Wilson
it.
right now, but I do think
Ah,
I think Olivia Miles is number two. I do think that I mean we haven't gotten to this yet, but spoiler, she's winning Rookie of the Year. But I do think right now she maybe and Paige Beckers are in that conversation. I legitimately do, which says a lot about a rookie being rookie guard too yet being in that position. But
Yeah.
I sorry to disappoint, but I do think Asia's in
It's
the main spot right now. But I
right.
Olivia Miles, if she continues to do this, if she can do this over the course of a year, like an entire year, I mean, it's hard to argue that she's not MVP.
Yeah. And it's just wow at this point.
Yeah,
But yeah, if Asia stays healthy, it's Asia pretty easily, I think, for voters because
yeah,
there's just going to be the like rookie thing and like, oh well, she's going to get rookie of the year.
right,
People will talk themselves into it.
yeah,
Uh, but like as Cheryl was saying last year, like the MVP should be the best player on the best team.
yeah.
And if the Lynx are finished with the number one record, I mean, Vegas has that tiebreaker right now, but they play two more times.
I believe so.
And
Yes.
so there will be someone will have the tiebreaker in that. So
They play
anyway,
them two more times, both in August. Both Saturday games, a week apart, August 8th, August 15th.
because that August 8th one at Target Center, August 15th in
Is
Vegas.
Vegas. Yep.
Not going to that one. Vegas in August is
Ugh.
a death trap, and I'm kind of assuming there will be an extended playoff series or final series between these two teams. Knock on wood.
Yes, I agree.
So yeah, I'm very happy to go to Vegas in October.
Yes.
And finally, Rookie of the Year.
Olivia Miles. That's not even close. AZ Fudd is probably number two, but I don't think
Right.
she's not anywhere near it.
No disrespect to AZ Flood, but I don't think there should be honorable mentions for this, nor should anyone else get a first place vote.
Yeah, Olivia Miles should
Olivia
be
Miles.
anonymous. Yeah, it should be anonymous.
Right.
Or unanimous, not anonymous. Well,
Right.
could be anonymous too,
Right.
but unanimous.
I am in favor of ballots remaining anonymous. That's maybe my controversial opinion because
Yeah.
people in sharing ballots publicly, I think people are then swayed to vote to either get public approval or to stir shit up.
Yep.
And I think we end up with a more honest result if it's like, hey, you as a voter, you turn this into the league, but you're not allowed to share it
Yep.
with
No.
or post it. I think
agree.
that would give us more truly honest, unbiased stuff. Mitchell, we're overtime already, but anything else from you before I let you get out of here and get back to the old day job?
No, I don't think so. I appreciate the well wishes, the birthday wishes, having me on the pod. Everybody go check out Hidden Hardwood and the work that we're doing over there. And yeah, it's been hard to believe we're halfway through the year. We're at All-Star, but
Jesus, yeah.
such is the life of the WNBA. It seems like you have opening night and then you're getting ready for the playoffs in the blink of an eye. So we're moving right along.
Time flies when you're watching Olivia Miles play basketball.
That is true. And it never gets old.
Right. Did you unlike us?
Yeah.
Did you do anything special, anything fun for your birthday?
You know what? This is gonna sound very old of me, but I did not do anything. I stayed home. I did work around the house, and I relaxed with my dog, and I got
That's
a
a
lot of
great
crap
day.
done, and that's about it. But this weekend, my only remaining grandma, her birthday is the day before mine, and my family and her and myself and my sister's family, we all went out to eat to celebrate both of our birthdays as we do every year. So
Oh, nice.
so did that, hung out with
That's
family
cute
and
as hell.
friends, and that's kind of about it. So
Well, happy
yeah,
birthday, Grandma.
yes, happy birthday, Grandma. 89 years old.
89 big ones. Nice.
Still,
Shout out to Grandma Mitchell.
Grandma Mitchell.
All right, man. I appreciate you as always, and we'll catch up with you again soon. Thanks for hopping on.
Absolutely happy to do it.
Thank you once again to Mitchell Hansen for joining today's show of Lynx Happy Hour, and thank you dear listener, for rocking with us for another episode past the halfway point of the season. Gosh golly, can't believe, just seems like just yesterday we were sitting here in training camp and everyone was freaking out. And now everyone's freaking out for a different reason. The good kind of freak out. Getting excited, kind of freaking out. It's been a great season. Having a lot of fun doing this and having a lot of fun rapping with you guys and putting out some shows and some pods and writing some stuff. It's been amazing. Can't ask for anything better than what this season has given us so far, and there is a lot more to come. Thank you, as always, to all of the wonderful supporters of the Hitting the Hardwood Network, Nate Pentz and the entire team at Pentz Homes, Firehawk Construction, and Homage Apparel as well. And shout out to the rest of the team making some dope content. Andrew Dukowitz pulling off some incredible double duty right now by being president at Wolves Summer League and also somehow doing link shows and stuff too while watching more than one game at a time. Real sicko shit. But incredible sicko shit. We love Andrew. Doing a great job. Hope you're tuning into all of his stuff and reading the site as well. Tune in again next week. Enjoy the camp day if you're going. Bring earplugs if you are. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. Peace.